So, you've got that dream, right? That vision of seeing your own designs out in the world, of building a fashion line that people are just dying to wear. It's an incredible feeling. And in this explainer, we're going to walk through exactly how you can take that dream and make it a reality.
But first, let's get real for a second. The fashion world? It's tough. Super tough. For every brand that makes it big, there are a ton of others that, well, just don't make it past that first year. See, the secret isn't just about having a killer idea. It's about knowing how to avoid all those common traps that trip so many people up. You know, people who've been in this industry for a long time have seen it all. And they'll tell you there are at least 21 common and totally avoidable mistakes that new founders make over and over again. But hey, don't worry. The fact that you know about these pitfalls, that gives you a huge advantage. It lets you build a roadmap to steer right around them.
We're going to break this all down into 5 key parts. We'll start with your blueprint, then move to your product, then building and protecting your brand, getting your online store up and running, and finally, we'll talk about the mindset you need for the long haul.
First up, your blueprint for success. Seriously, the most amazing brands out there were built on paper long before a single piece of fabric was ever cut. You want to know the #1 mistake? The absolute biggest reason new fashion brands fail? It's jumping in with all the passion in the world, but no real plan. A solid strategy isn't just some boring document, it's literally the foundation for everything you're about to build. And your blueprint, it needs these 4 things: a solid business plan, a super detailed budget, and I mean detailed, deep market research so you actually know who you're selling to, and a really honest look at your competition. Trying to launch without these, it's like trying to sail across the ocean without a map or a boat. And when we say market research, we're not just talking about a quick Google search. Using a framework, something like Porter's 5 Forces here, makes you look at the entire picture. It helps you understand things like how much power do your suppliers have? What's the threat of another new brand popping up? How loyal are customers in this space? This is how you find that sweet spot, that gap in the market that only your brand can fill.
And you got to be thinking long-term. A great business plan doesn't just end on launch day. Think about a 5-year roadmap. You know, maybe year 1 is all about nailing your online store. By years 3 and 4, you're looking at new markets. And hey, by year 5, you could be scouting locations for your first physical shop. This is how you build an actual empire, step by strategic step. Okay, blueprint in hand, let's get to the fun part in section 2, crafting your core product. This is where your big idea starts to become a real, tangible thing.
A truly great product stands on 3 pillars. First, quality materials. Please, whatever you do, don't skimp here. The feel of a garment is what makes someone a repeat customer. Second, sustainability. Look, in today's world, this isn't just a nice bonus, it's a must-have. It's all about trust. And third, keep your product line focused. Offering too many things at once just confuses people and weakens your brand message.
And that brings you to a major crossroads. Are you just going to chase trends, or are you building something that lasts? Now, it's good to know what's popular, for sure, but relying only on trends is a classic rookie mistake. The brands that really endure, they build a core collection that's just as cool next year as it is today. Okay, plan? Check. Product? Check. Now for section 3, building and protecting your brand. Because what you sell is one thing, but the story you tell, well, that's everything.
Your brand identity is so much more than just the logo. It's the whole vibe. It's your personality, your values, the gut feeling people get when they see your stuff. You've got to ask yourself, when someone thinks of my brand, what do I want them to feel?
And once you built that amazing identity, you have to protect it. That is where a trademark comes in. Just think of it as your official badge of origin. Getting it registered means it's yours, and only yours nationwide. It's like putting a force field around all your hard work so no one else can cash in on your name.
Now, I know the legal stuff can seem a little scary, but it really just boils down to 6 steps. You pick a unique name. You get a search done to make sure no one else has it. You figure out your filing strategy. Then you file the application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. You'll go back and forth at them a bit, and then bam, you're officially using it out in the world. It's a process for sure, but it's the ultimate protection.
All right, on to section 4, launching your online store. We're getting into the nitty-gritty now, the real hands-on stuff. So one of the first questions almost every new founder asks is, okay, how do I actually ship my stuff? How do I make it look professional and not break the bank?
Here is some awesome boots-on-the-ground advice from people who've been there. For most clothes, simple polymailers are perfect. Trust me, investing in a little thermal printer for your labels, total game changer. It'll save you so much time and just looks way more pro. In the beginning, just keep it simple. Pack your orders once a day, do one trip to the post office. And the biggest key? Organization. Know where every single size and every design is at all times.
But listen, and this is so important. You can have the most beautiful store in the world, but if nobody knows it exists, it doesn't matter. You have to market your brand. Building a real presence on social media, connecting with influencers who get your vibe, that stuff isn't optional. It's how you get people in the door.
And that brings us to our last section, the entrepreneur's long game. This isn't about tactics. It's about the mindset that separates the brands that fade away from the ones that become icons.
So, what does it really take? It boils down to 3 things. 1, be flexible. If a design isn't selling, don't be afraid to change things up. 2, build a great team. You can't be an expert at everything, so find people who are and who believe in your vision. And 3, persevere. Just don't give up. Building something truly special takes time.
And I want to leave you with this really powerful idea. Don't think of being small as a disadvantage. Being a startup is your superpower. You're agile, you can connect with your customers on a personal level, and you can offer something authentic that the big guys just can't compete with.
So, you've got the blueprint. You know the mistakes to watch out for. The only real question left is, what's that special thing, that unique story that only you can bring to the world?